Hello, hi. Thank you for coming back to my YouTube channel. And on today's video, we'll be having a discussion about social media and what social media is doing to us. And I'm I'm not an antisocial person, but we have to realize that our society has gotten to a point where you as a person, when you go to social media, all you do is you end up comparing yourself, your life, with what you see. And one thing that people don't, majority of the time, we don't realize as we are surfing our internet, as we are going through our social media feeds, is that social media is more of, it's a highlight reel. And what I mean by a highlight reel, I mean that we try to put our best wins, our best and our brightest days on our social media. Or if you have the greatest win, you want to post it on social media. We never get to a point where you want to post what is going on behind the scene. So you'll always, majority of people, and actually I wouldn't say majority of people, I would say like most of the people, they end up posting the best moments. I'm in a good restaurant, I've gone for a vacation, I'm spending time with my friends and all that. They never show you what is going on behind the scene. So when you go online and you're going on your social media profile or different people's social media, the feeds, all you see is the highlight. Then you go to a self-pity party, feeling like you're not doing good because you're trying to compare your behind the scene, which is the real life behind the scene, you're trying to compare with the highlight reel of other people. Okay? Let me repeat that. You end up comparing your real life, which is behind the scene. You compare your behind the scene real life with other people highlight reel. So you end up getting depressed because you're like, oh my God, that's my friend we went to school with. She's going on vacation. She's always on vacation. She's always going to these fancy restaurants. She's driving a big car. She has this amazing family, While they won't come on social media and post what is going behind the scene. So you end up getting depressed. You start having anxiety. You start having, stress, because you would want your life, your behind the scene life, to look like what you're seeing on other people highlighted reel on social media. So I feel like we need to get to a point where we can try to separate real life with social media. And social media, like, if you feel like it's doing you harm, if that post that you read a few minutes ago or that picture that you saw had a negative effect on you, you need to try and see what you can do to eliminate that. Like, for me, I'll talk about myself. I know I get to a point where I do social media first, where I just don't go on social media, period. Like, I don't check social media. I actually get to a point where I delete all my social media on my phone, because most of the time when you have a phone, you automatically, it becomes like a reflex. You'll always go on social media to check and see what's going on. So if you need to do that, like, try to give yourself a social media first. Go right on, and it helps. It really does. It does amazing. Like, it's a good feeling when you have that feeling of not wanting to be on social media and not feeling like you're missing out. Because majority of the people, what happens is when they're told, can you deactivate your social media, or would you go on a social media first, you're like, man, no, I'm gonna miss out. You have that fear of missing out. And that fear of missing out is what makes people continuously go on social media, you follow the same people, like you're following the same people who, when you see their feed, when you see their pictures, their highlighted reels, it affects you on your real life behind the scene. So I feel like you need to we all need to get that point where we don't allow social media to get us depressed or stressed, because what you see on social media, 90% of it is not real. And when you get to that space in your life where you feel like, I can do a social media first. Like I can go for a week without going on social media and I'm fine. Trust me, that is the best. That's the best feeling ever. It's not an easy thing, but it's the best feeling ever. And it helps. It really does help. You tend to, because I realize every time I get to a social media first, I end up accomplishing so much. You get in tune to yourself. You can get a book and read a book. You'll start, your brain just open up to all these new, new experience. You start enjoying life, enjoying the smallest things in life that you didn't think they really meant a lot to you. So I would really encourage people to start and try a social media first. And then if it's that person that you follow, that celebrity, that friend that you follow on social media, and you feel that they make you, anytime you see their pictures, or you see their videos, or you see what they're posting on social media, it affects you negatively, makes you feel like you're missing, like there's something wrong there's something wrong with your life, then you need to unfollow. Like stay away from that. And I'm not against social media, as long as you're using it the right way and it's not impacting your life to a point of depression and stress. So check yourself, because there's so many people who are going through mental health. So many people have too much stress, and it's not because you're not doing good. No, it's because you try so much you're trying so hard to keep up with other people on social media. So that's my take, that's my 2 cents. I hope this video will help somebody out there. Key point on this video: stop trying to compare your behind the scene life with a highlighted reel on social media. It's not real. Have a good evening, have a good morning, depending on where you're watching me. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you.